Hello, so I'm back again to do another requested video for my lovely subscribers and commenters. So this video today is for the life path 3 and how the expression number, destiny number, or I like to sometimes call it the talent number because it's more direct, 4, and how they work together. Now, as you can see, they're right next to each other, so they're kind of opposites in a lot of ways. So what this combination screams to me is the balance, or to come away from the mental and the logical a little bit and tilt a little bit more, in fact a lot more, towards the emotional and the intuitive and the creative, so that you have a balance of those two abilities. And now if you're in expression number 4, you're very talented at order and detail and analysis and bringing dynamic ideas into stability. You're not about the dynamism with your talent, you're about creating stability around the dynamism. But what your life path 3 needs you to do is to show a little bit more of that emotionality, that intuition, that expression. The opposite to what your talents are in a lot of ways, but there are still elements that the expression number 4 can help the life path 3. Now, must keep in mind that your talent is in the 4, very orderly, very detailed, very organized. But your life purpose, your reason for being here, is to develop more towards the emotional, the subjective, the expressive, the doer. You know, think of the 4 as the theorizer, the thinker, the planner. So you like to sit and think and order and plan your environment and get everything sorted. The 3 that you need to develop towards is the dynamic doer, the expresser, the speaker, the doer, the dancer, the artist, the flexible creator. And it's not something that will naturally flow to you as an expression number 4. Well, depending on some of your other numbers in your chart, it may help, because remember, they're all linked and they all affect each other. If you have no other 3s in your chart, then this life path is going to be a little bit difficult in some places. You're going to have to go against the grain sometimes, but that's your path for this lifetime. You're very mental, you're very logical. We need you in this lifetime, or you need in this lifetime, to tip more towards, away from the logical and the rational, towards the emotional, towards the doing rather than the thinking, the opportunism rather than the planning, being a little bit more disorganized in places, more opportunistic, more socially confident, getting out there, networking with people, snapping up opportunities as they come and using them to your advantage. That's very much what you're developing towards. Your talent in the 4 is the planner, very orderly. Now I take all my variables and I look at all my variables and I analyze them, which is great. You know, this is needed, this skill in life, and putting them all in a logical order to create a structure that will bring stability and security to your dynamic ideas. But in this lifetime, as a life path 3, you need to take a step back towards the emotionality of the expression. You can always use your expression 4 talents afterwards to build a structure around your dynamism. But in this lifetime, you very much need to go towards, away from the stability and the rigidity, towards the emotionality, the expression. Okay, so that's very much your biggest issue, is the rigidity and logic of the 4 and tipping towards the confident, social, emotional of the 3. You know, but that's what you're working towards. Now, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be some elements that will be easier, like you're going to be a bit more responsible than a normal 3 potential life path would be, because you're at an expression 4. So there's some elements of the expression 4 talent that's going to help you in your life path. But in many ways, to have a life path 3 and an expression number 4, you're going to have to go against what you would naturally do at times in order to expand to a more dynamic, opportunistic, flexible, kind of person, more confident socially, more emotional, more expressive, more able to express yourself to more people. So at the moment you're a little bit insular and analytical and You're more, I like to be by myself, to think and look and research. We need to expand you out from that. That's what you chose to do in this lifetime. So what I've done is I've broken that all-important life path 3 into between some are 10 sections, some are 9. And each element of the life path is what you're here to develop. Oh dear goodness, is what you're here to develop towards. And I'm going to show you at each element how the expression 4 can help or oftentimes hinder if you allow it to. And some ways in which you can work past the hindrance and ways that you can use the positives to your advantage. So let's go. So the life path 3, as I've just gabbled on about for the last 5 minutes, you must learn creative self-expression, but in a balanced way. Creatively express yourself with your words, your creative art, your hands, your whole body. Work on balancing that emotional sensitivity and expressing that positive sensitivity to others, to your audience, using your sensitive emotions for positivity, to express to others, to teach, to inspire, to delight other people. Now that is your path of this lifetime, and it's not going to be easy because your talent in the 4, you're a security person, you build stability, you take a dynamic idea and you build the scaffolding around it. You commit yourself to building those stable foundations. You set goals, you achieve them step by step, you analyze the detail. You know that your goals are going to be achieved meticulously because you've used your detail skin and your analysis skills and your analysis skills to be able to work out each step in your plan, and you're taking each step of your plan with perseverance, and you're not allowing anyone to stop you. Much more an orderly talent, let's get things done kind of talent. And the 3 needs you to be creative, social, a little bit more chill, man, but be creative with it. It's not about doing nothing. It's about being softer, more emotional, more but controlled emotions, and more social as you develop through your life path. So you're here to learn to express yourself verbally, to inspire, to inform, to delight, sometimes to entertain. For many, there's many ways that you can use your words for positivity to help other people, even if it's just the right words in a difficult situation. The 3 has the potential of being able to say the right words at the right time. But this is something that you are developing towards because it's your life path. It's not something that will come naturally to you. In fact, you may struggle in some way verbally. You may have had or still have chronic shyness. You may have had or still had a speech delay, a stutter, struggling to find the right words, knowing the right words to say, and having the confidence to express that. And the 4, you're more of an organized thinker. You like to be by yourself, to think and to study. You're determined, you're practical. You could run a business, you're sensible. You're not necessarily that person that wants to bound onto the stage and go, hi guys, You're about building stability and structure around dynamic ideas. You don't necessarily want to express those dynamic ideas. But I've got news for you. This is your life path. You need to be a bit more expressive to people. Speak to people socially. Get on a stage and tell them what you know, because your 4 ability, you're very intelligent. You've got a lot of knowledge there from your logical research and analysis. You could use that knowledge in your expression 4 and then express that verbally to people. That is using your talent in the 4 to help you develop towards the 3. It's instead of keeping your information and your analysis inside you or using it for your own stability or your own company's stability, if you were to express that to others in the form of teaching or any way that would benefit you, or even in a YouTube channel teaching others what you know, you are in effect using your verbal ability, but you're using your 4 ability as the backbone of the talent. That's just one way you can do it. I want you to be creative with this. That's what you're here to develop towards, aren't you, really? So, you can be quite overly grounded, stoic. You could keep your self-expression kind of hidden away sometimes because you're a 4. You like to be logical and ordered. And you won't necessarily want to always be totally verbal, so performing to an audience can be a difficult thing for you. But your life path isn't meant to be easy, so work towards this. I'm not asking you to stand up in front of an audience tomorrow. It might take you your whole life. It often does. The life path isn't meant to be easy. Don't beat yourself up when you can't do it, and see it as a journey of development that at some point in your life you may or may not achieve, and don't beat yourself up. Sometimes it takes people more than one, sometimes several lifetimes to achieve one life path, and other life paths they can achieve in one lifetime. It depends on your abilities, what's inside your soul, what abilities are already there, what experiences you've had in previous incarnations. There is so many things that could be involved there. So you need to support your life path 3 by learning, developing towards verbal communication. You could use your keen intellect and communicate that. Your keen intellect and practical knowledge can be passed on to others, but do it with confidence and passion. But, this isn't going to be easy. You might be freaking out right now, but again, I'm not asking you to do this tomorrow. I'm asking you to maybe think about developing towards it, getting some practice, maybe even going to some classes, getting some advice from somebody that is brilliant in front of an audience, and seeing how they do it. And sort of developing towards having that confidence and that ability to verbally express your competence to an audience. There are many ways to do it. So, have a think about how you individually might do that. So, you're here to be creative as well. It's not just with your words, creative in lots of other ways, to inspire, to inform, to delight. You could do it with your art. You could do it with your body. You might be a dancer, an actor, an artiste. This is going to help you develop your 3 energy, using your body, your hands, to create, to be artistic, whether you're a dancer, a sportsman, a stuntman. I know many 3s that are free runners. I know one 3 that, when he gets on a skateboard, oh my Lord, it terrifies the life out of me. But he's just so talented and creative, and he expresses himself through that. There are many ways for someone to creatively express to the world. But as a 3, you may often struggle to progress, execute and finish creative projects. You may struggle to actually act on what you dream about doing. You might think, I'd love to, be an amazing artist, but you find yourself never finishing a piece of art because of your confidence and your procrastination. You think, I'm going to mess it up. It's just lack of self-belief. Don't allow your low confidence to stop you from finishing creative projects. Your 4 energy has lots of practical and logical creativity. I'm not saying the 4 is not creative, but it's more of an orderly creativity. Your self-expression is orderly in the 4. It builds a supportive frame around the dynamism of new ideas and expression. It's your expression 4 is more quiet, solitary, intellectual. You won't naturally want to perform or show other people your creativity. So to support your life path 3, choose a creative project that you can express. It's going to be there already, and maybe you've procrastinated and not gone forward on it. But support your life path 3 by developing towards that creative, expressive thing, whatever it is that may be. Develop towards teaching, showing, performing, showing your artistic skills and intellect in the 4 to others, but in a creative and expressive way. Then you're using your expression number to support the development of your life path 3. Then you can build in the 4, you'd be in your element. When you've got that expression out there, you can build structure and security around that dynamic expression that you've developed. So many options if you put your mind to it. You've got to learn to be a bit more dynamic. The 4's very orderly. Your talent is very orderly, very planned, very next step. My next step in my plan is this. The next step in my plan is that. And that is a good thing to have. In many different activities and things in life, you need that orderly way. But you're developing towards being a bit more dynamic, remember, being a bit more opportunistic, taking a few more calculated risks. I'm not asking you to put your house up for sale and start something completely new and risk everything. Calculated risks. Come away from the safety a little bit and think, what could I do that I would consider a risk that would take me a step towards being more creative, confident, social, enjoying that limelight a little bit more than you do already? Because, you can be really shy, underconfident, and that's the 4 makes you sometimes not want to take risks. The 3, life path will make you not want to take risks. But when you've got the 4 expression, that'll exacerbate that. So, you're very much going to be about safety. You're going to struggle to take risks to progress. But this is something that you need to work towards. Make it a calculated risk. Use your intuition. It will help you to take risks that is going to be more trustworthy. Okay, so like I said, your 4 talent energy is not naturally dynamic. You're more the opposite of that. In fact, you're more stable and secure and not a risk taker. You like to know what you're going to be doing and planned and have looked after and negated all the risks and eventualities, kind of. So you are not good at and don't feel the need to be also the center of attention. You'd rather keep your knowledge with you or use it for your own security or use it when it's needed. You're not one to sort of blurt it out and tell everyone all about it. But, your life path 3, you're developing towards being a bit more of a risk taker, being more of a communicator. Communicate your abilities and your knowledge to an audience, to your social circle, to your family at first, if it's safer. We're all taking steps on our journey, and we do it in small steps or big steps, depending on when we feel ready. So communicate your abilities to an audience. Cope well with the attention and possible accolades that might come with it, because this is what you're developing towards, and it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be a simple, thing for you to do. There's going to be times you're going to get, you're going to think, yeah, I can do this. And then maybe you won't. Or sometimes you will. You've got to pat yourself on the back, whatever happens, because you're still trying to take those steps to achieve your life path. Excuse me while I have a sip of coffee. So, more calculated risks. Okay, communicate your abilities more, show that confidence, show, you've got a good amount of talent and ability and competence there in the 4, very analytical, very intelligent. Tell that to your audience, teach it to them, inspire them with your knowledge, even entertain them with your knowledge. You might use your competence to be an excellent verbal entertainer or comedian. Use your talent in the 4 to help develop that skill in the 3. There are so many ways you can use your 4 ability to support your 3. The issue is that the 4 ability often runs contrary to the 3. So some elements are going to be difficult for you. Okay, so more calculated risks, more communication, more social time. Get your ideas out there and develop and build your confidence. It's so important. Express your emotions positively. Now the 4 likes to be stoic, but the 3 can be quite emotionally explosive. You can support people emotionally, but you can also rip them to shreds in the 3. The 3 can be really express their emotions negatively, let's just put it that way. And the 4 tries to not deal with their emotions. So you can often find that a 3 life path with a 4 expression tends to pack their emotions into a box and hold them because they're scared. They really want them to explode, but their stoic 4 nature tries to hide them away and pack them away. Oh dear, every so often that's going to be explosive, as I've put here. You'll isolate yourself, pack your emotions deep down, and then go kaboom. So you've got to try and find a way to allow that pressure to go off slowly, to express yourself emotionally in a more quiet, balanced way, to let out the pressure so that you're not holding in all your emotional expression in this balloon that is one day going to go kaboom. So support your life path 3 by paying more attention to your feelings. Okay, don't push them away. Right? Feel them, experience them, give them a bit of time. Don't push them away, don't pack them away. It's not helping you to ignore them. Direct them towards balanced, positive expression, no matter how you would like to do this. It could be an Amdram group, it could be singing in the shower. Anything you do to start your expression off, do it. Speaking, teaching, socializing, getting out there with friends, doing a sport that you love, dancing, or creative art, making things. I know many threes that are amazing at craft projects, and artists, whoa, so much creative expressive ability that the three could put, that you could draw upon. Okay. So develop the habit of acting and doing. See, the four talent can be a bit of a planner and a rationalizer and a thinker, and you can get stuck at points, and then you end up getting sometimes stuck in the theory. But in the three, you need to be a bit more of an actor and a doer. Okay, the four can act and do. In fact, very hard workers, goal achievers, but sometimes can spend a little bit more time on the planning, too much time on the planning. So your four talent energy is going to help you a lot here, as long as you don't let it overpower. So it will help you to act on your goals and plans, as long as you don't stay in the theory for too long. You are a thinker, you are a goal setter, you're a process creator and a builder. At the end of the day, you create the plans, the processes that hold those dynamic ideas securely. You're then able, you've got that ability in the four to take action in all tasks. That the four can act in routine tasks, hard work. You've got that talent there, to achieve your goals, one action at a time. When you're low, you can be lazy, you can lack direction, like the three, struggle with apathy, laziness, lack of focus. But when you feel that creeping upon yourself, that's the time to take action and go, no, don't let yourself hit that mire. So support that life path 3 by setting them goals that you're talented at setting in the 4. Okay, use the talent in the 4 to set some goals. Act on them. Act on those goals. Don't just stare at them and make them look like pretty pictures. You need to act on them. Okay, persevere step by step until that goal is achieved. There's going to be problems, there's going to be hiccups along the way, but you've got to persevere and keep going. That's the ability you have in the 4. Use that ability of perseverance and get up and go and hard work ethic to help you to develop the habit of acting, of doing, of expressing, that supports ultimately that life path 3. Be social. As I've said, the 3 energy needs to communicate more, needs to be more expressive, especially when you've got a 4 expression. Talkative, the life of the party, you're developing towards this, remember. You might freak out at the idea of this, but it's not meant to be easy. You need to be a bit more of a networker, communicator, spreading more of a positive emotional message. Because in the 3, you can be quite quiet and struggle to speak, and the 4 is not necessarily going to help you here, because the 4 is quite stoic and quiet and intellectual and task orientated. You're not down with being social with big groups or being a dazzling extrovert. You're quite happy to chat to someone in the background or to be on your own. And if you are going to socialise, which you are perfectly capable of doing, you prefer small familiar groups where you feel safe and secure, because that is the 4. You like to feel safe and secure. But your life path 3 needs you to develop towards taking a few more risks and exploring that social side of life a little bit more. Develop the confidence to make some new social connections. It's not going to be easy, but it is your path of development. And don't beat yourself up when it doesn't go right. But as long as you're trying and you're taking action and you're taking positive, healthy action and consulting the right people and learning by experience, it will be a journey that you will eventually achieve. And you'll be pleased with yourself at the end of it. Right. Next. Independence. You see, the 3 energy, this is where the 4, you're as a life path 3 with a 4 expression, you might not resonate with this, because the 3 energy tends to be the sort of person that, they don't really want to be independent. They're quite happy for someone to pay for them and look after them, which is fine. It's nice to be dependent and have someone else paying for your stuff. and they can be a bit prone to avoiding, especially routine work. Threes like to work when they creatively feel like it, so you tend to be prone to avoiding routine work, or disliking having to go to the same place every day. Anything needing routine or commitment, you might struggle to hold that down when you're a life path 3, and that of course stops you from being independent, because you're not earning money that you need to be independent, so you end up being more dependent, and you need to work towards independence. Well, the expression 4 is going to help you here, and is going to balance this, because there is no one more fiercely independent than a 4. You're extremely hardworking for the purpose of building your own security and stability. You're not going to shirk away from work and expect other people to look after you. You're a 4 talent. You're fiercely independent. You're happy with routine and commitment. You can carry out routine tasks and carry out work every day. And you're quite willing to commit to a place of work, a person, a situation. It gives you that sense of stability that you need in your 4 talent. Your independent and work ethic assists you here in your life path 3. Some elements don't. This element does. So, use this independent streak and this work ethic to keep you on track, so that you're not a dependent person that is looked after all their life, so that you've got some independence and you're creating your own security, and that 4 energy will help you do that. But again, when you let yourself get low, you can be lazy, apathetic and dependent. So when you feel yourself getting to that level, that's when you've got to start taking action and not allowing yourself to keep going deeper and deeper into that mire of inaction, apathy, and sometimes tipping into depression when it gets really deep and long term. Be opportunistic. Your 3 energy needs you to develop towards being more opportunistic. Network, make useful connections, snap up opportunities, spread the word, progress ideas and projects. Get the ideas out there to the world. Express them, show them to the world. This is what the 3 is all about. This is not going to be easy for you, because your talents center on being a patient, solitary planner. A builder of stable processes, order and detail, and stoicness. More opportunistic and social will be difficult for you. It might even make you feel unstable, which to you will be like going against the grain. But here's the big but. Your life path needs you to develop a radar for the unplanned opportunities that you can just jump on. Something that you haven't thought might happen, but you have the confidence to go, oh my God, there's an opportunity there. Haven't planned for this. I haven't, got myself ready for this, but, I've just got to do this right now. That's what you're developing towards in the life path 3. Develop a radar for the unplanned opportunities, and develop your social communication skills so that you can persuade and schmooze and communicate with people in such a way that you're able to snap up these opportunities as they arrive to aid your progression in your life path 3. This isn't going to be easy, but again, these are things that are going to be difficult for you to work towards. And, if life was easy, it'd be a bit boring. Well, I think so anyway. Take responsibility. The 3 doesn't like it, but the 4 does. So you might not resonate with this if as an expression 4. The 3 doesn't like taking responsibility, really. You don't listen to guidance. You can be a bit irresponsible. You like doing your own thing, your own time, in your own way. And you can be quite hedonistic. So you're not always responsible. You don't always think of others. You don't always think before you act. And you can be a bit emotionally explosive. Excuse me for scratching my nose again. Itch. You must think before you act, take full responsibility for what you do, which the 3 struggle with. However, I don't think you're going to resonate with this so much because of your expression 4, which gives you a balance. You'll balance that irresponsibility, because the 4 is really responsible number, really responsible energy. You take responsibility for your actions and you act in a responsible manner. This could do nothing but help your life path 3. You don't really want or need guidance because of your 4 energy. You already think, you already plan, you already think before you act. And that already supports that life path 3 of yours. There might be times when your expression 4 might slip. Nobody's perfect. And you may sort of sometimes be irresponsible, but you know, nobody's perfect. But you know, on the whole, you should find responsibility quite an easy thing to take. And this element of your life path, you have the potential for it to be a bit easier for you to achieve. I hope you found my video really helpful today. So if you've liked my video, please smash that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button and the bell icon and click all so that you're updated with all my latest uploads. If you'd like a reading from me of your 4 core numbers and all some other numbers that surround it, and look at your past, your present, and maybe what's going to happen in the future, we do it on a Zoom call, 1-to-1, couple of hours with me. You could have a 1-hour call or a 2-hour call with me, and there can be some ongoing stuff as well. So if you fancy going forward with that, send me a message, an email, or contact me on my social media. The links are going to be in the description box. And if you want to learn numerology, there's going to be a link to my Udemy course in the description box. And if you'd just like to request a video or comment on one of my videos or have a chat with me or ask me some questions, please comment on my videos. Send me an email. I love to hear from you guys. Most of you comment on my videos, which I'm happy to do. You can request videos on the comments as well. Ask me questions, anything you want. I love to make contact with you. As ever, trust the soul within you. Only your own intuition, your own inner voice knows what's best for you. See you soon.